All right. Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be studios. And I have Crystal Durant.
Hello.
And we have Tommy Von Voigt. And it's the 90s!
Oh, no!
Yeah, Tommy's been waiting for the 90s because he's so bored of the 80s. I disagree, of course.
I'm ready for the 90s. I'm sitting here.
Ready for the 90s?
I'm ready for the 90s. I got Clearly Canadian. I got lots of Clearly Canadian.
This episode's sponsored by Clearly Canadian.
I got Bags of Candy. It's just like 1990 for me all over again. I got my Nobody Beats the Wiz shirt. I'm ready to do this.
Yes.
How old were you in 1990?
11 going on 12.
Going on 12. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like the 90s for me, too, because I was wearing 70s shirts in the 90s, just like this. In fact, I wore this shirt in the 90s.
This is your shirt from 1990.
I actually, not 1990, but I wore the shirt in the 90s.
That's awesome.
Where was I in 1990? How old was I in 1990?
Well, I was 20.
25?
So I was 24.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So now that we
yeah.
have that all established, we should probably get on to some lists.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Crystal begins the 90s.
Yeah, the 90s. All right. Oh, my God. All right. So here are my runners-up for 1990. Boy, this shook a lot of cobwebs. Opposites Attract by Paula Abdul. I know it was the rapping kitty cat and everything, but I'm a sucker for that dumb shit. Number 2, Close to You by Maxi Priest. You Can't Touch This by some dude named MC
Some dude
Hammer.
from Oakland who gave all his money away.
Yeah.
McHammer.
Mick Hammer, some
yes.
Irish dude, some black Irish dude. Black Irish dude.
Yeah, that's what they say when they mean black Irish.
Irish, they're talking about
Mick
him.
Hammer,
Yeah. Janie's Got a Gun by Aerosmith. Love Shack by the B-52s. Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor. Pump Up the Jam, Pump It Up by Technotronic. Epic by Faith No More. And I'm Your Baby Tonight by Whitney Houston. And there's a lumberjack outside.
Okay, that's it. I'm going, what am I hearing? You know, we're in New York, people, so I have the windows open and the sounds of the city are in the video.
Not the sound of silence.
Yeah, this show is all about realness, and you're hearing some
You're getting
realness.
it.
That's right.
Now.
For real.
It's the 90s, and we're all about realness.
Real.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
Authenticity. So here is my list for 1990.
Listless.
The list. Coming in at number 10. 1990. Don't want to fall in love by Jane Child.
Yes.
I love that
That's
song.
a great song.
Oh man.
I don't remember the song, I just remember the chain from her nose to her
Yep.
ear.
Yeah. I don't want to fall in love. Da-na-na-na. Love is a foolish game. Yeah.
Yep.
She looked not so great, but the song was
a banger.
slamming, yeah. My number 9 is Praying for Time by George Michael.
I don't remember that one.
Ooh, very slow song. Oh, Jesus. I just, oh, we're praying for time. I mean, it's like, do you remember Father Figure? It was slower than
More
that.
mellow, yeah.
More mellow.
You know what? I'll tell you a secret. Father Figure almost made my list.
What?
But it didn't.
Oh, snap.
So.
Well, yeah, Praying for Time. My number 8 song is Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode.
Boom, boom, boom.
Such a great song.
Yeah.
Even the video was pretty good. My number 7 is That Girl Is Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. Aye! Club banger.
So there's some stuff Tommy likes.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't talked about New Jack Swing.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
that's a whole other thing.
See,
All right,
I
lay
might
off
have
the
known.
candy, Tom.
No, more candy.
Oh, man. My number 6 song is Hold On by En Vogue. So great.
Yep.
You will find with me, anyway, this stretch of time here, it's about 90s black R&B, because there was a lot of it, and it was when it was mostly good, before it died a slow, painful death in the early 2Ks.
man, I cannot do that shit.
What the...
The 90s R&B, man.
Oh.
I mean, there's some stuff, but
No, some of the best R&B came from the
The
early
90s.
90s.
oh
Yeah.
god, no, it's
It's
all
good.
70s for me, y'all.
Yeah, that's true. My number 5 is The Power by Snap. It's getting kind of hectic.
hectic.
It's getting kind of hectic.
Is that
I got the power?
Yep.
Yep, that's it.
okay?
Whoa,
Which I guess
whoa.
like it's like 10,000 songs. Didn't they use that like in 50 songs?
I mean, yeah.
And commercials.
Everything.
movies
Whoever
and-
wrote that song should be a billionaire by now. How many would... Yeah.
I've had so much sugar already at this point.
Oh, Lord. My number 4 is Vogue by Madonna. Now, a lot of people gave her heat for that because, she ripped off gay guys in the clubs, which she absolutely positively did. But she hired those guys to do the videos. She hired them to go on tour. They were in the sex book. Like, I'm not mad at it.
Well, also
I am, just 'cause I
that
don't
never
like
would have gone mainstream if she hadn't have done that anyway, though. I would argue.
Well, it would have depended on who did something.
Well, somebody would
And
have
what
come
they
along
did
and
with
had
it.
to steal it then.
Hopefully, somebody would have. Maybe Paula Abdul, I don't know. My number 3 is The Humpty Dance by Digital Underground. Yes! I play that at every DJ gig, and everybody loves that. Humpty Hump, so great. My number 2 is Back to Life, However Do You Want Me by Soul to Soul. Now that was a slow... Paul's dying.
I don't even know what half this shit even is. I know the artist
I
names,
knew
but
that you wouldn't, yeah. However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? All right, it was
Yeah.
these black people from England.
No, it's a jam, though.
Braids, locks, all in black. They launched a million things.
yeah. See, I was only 20, but time had already passed me by.
But
I didn't know any of the new
true,
shit.
yeah. And my number 1 song from 1990 is Just a Friend by Biz Markie.
Oh, baby!
Oh my gosh. So you got what I need. And you say she's just a friend. And you say she's just a friend.
Oh, baby, you!
You know,
I love when he's like, don't give me that. Don't even give me that. So great.
R.I.P. Biz Markie.
Oh, my
Man,
gosh.
I mean, this song, everybody loved this song. Everybody sang this song, except for maybe Paul. But it was huge. And he was
Yeah.
already big in rap, the prior decade. But this sent him off into the stratosphere. And it's so... it's the Biz. Nobody beats the Biz.
I never minded that, and him, and I'm sure everybody felt the same way about this track, but it was kind of endearing. Him singing that part and singing it badly, there was something endearing about it.
So funny.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
And Mariah Carey's favorite lyric is, she wore 910 pants and a very big bra. 910 means size 910. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's my number 1 for 1990.
Oh, I
Wow.
love your freaking list this year.
Crystal's
feeling-
90s.
Holy shit. Mm-hmm. Crystal, your 1990 list.
Thank you, Thomas.
There we go.
Yeah.
Crystal, your 1990 list.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was expecting from both of you, quite frankly. So yeah, makes sense.
Maybe if we go
anyone's
to a little
game.
commercial, maybe we can kind of, cleanse the palate.
And eat more candy.
And drink more Clearly Canadian.
Let's clink into commercial.
Oh.
All right.
1, 2, 1, 2. Larry, this simple exercise can help you stay healthy, which keeps medical costs down.
But you gotta do it every day, Vince. Or you'll get out of shape fast.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
All right.
All right. Let me get my glasses.
It's time for Paul.
That's right. 1990.
We're not talking about Paul Stanley from Kiss.
Okay, Ace.
We're talking about Paul Bellino.
Yes.
As it should be. The world famous as it should be studios.
Yeah.
All right. What I have. All right. So before I get to my top 10, we always have our honorable mentions. Well, in the 90s, my honorable mentions are going to be known as the tolerable mentions. Tolerable mentions.
Really good.
I have 2 tolerable mentions, even though actually one of them I genuinely like.
Gosh.
First tolerable mention is Wicked Game by Chris Isaak.
Oh.
Now that song, that's actually a really great song that is a victim of how it was beaten to the ground.
Death, yeah.
Yeah, it was murdered.
I mean, it was, in the 90s, you fucking open your refrigerator door and you heard that. You know what I mean? It was just like you couldn't escape it.
you're at the laundromat.
It's true.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh my gosh.
But and then my other one is "The King is Half Undressed" by Jellyfish.
What?
I don't know that one.
Oh, you would love Jellyfish.
Yeah?
They're very Queen.
I remember
Okay.
the band, but I don't remember.
like a
the
pop
song.
rock.
It's
Okay.
pop. It's a little 70s, but it's kind of pomp,
All right.
you know. But yeah. Anyway, but Jellyfish really is an honorable mention, not a tolerable. But all right. So onto my list. My number 10, 99 Worlds by Peter Wolf.
Oh.
I don't remember the song from the time. Going through all the lists and everything, I just saw it and thought, well, in light of what I'm looking at here, at least this says Peter Wolf next to it. Maybe I should investigate. And it was a pretty good song.
So that dude had a longer solo run than I realized, huh?
Yeah, much longer. And I have notes here that I wrote here. It says, kinda has a Jay Giles do Motown vibe, with that overproduced late 80s sound. It has that processed a cappella intro, that, you know, kind of thing that they did on fucking everything back that time.
Yeah.
There are better Peter Wolf tracks, but it's 1990.
Sounds like I would probably actually like it the way
You might
the
like
way
it.
you described it.
You might like it.
Wow.
It's not a bad track. It's not bad.
All right.
My number 9, Put It There by Paul McCartney, from an album that I find wildly overrated, his 1989 album, Flowers in the Dirt. Everybody loves that album. I don't think it's that great. But this is McCartney doing his sort of acoustic, White Album acoustic finger-picking thing. But it has that 80s sheen that kind of keeps it from really being that great for me. But, and I know maybe Tommy would like it.
I mean, you had me at 80s Sheen. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just an acoustic guitar, finger picking with McCartney's vocal, but it still sounds overproduced somehow. It's like, how did they manage
How
this?
did that happen? Wow.
So number 8, Almost Hear You Sigh by the Rolling Stones.
What?
Now,
Oh, it's off Steel Wheels, huh?
something off Steel Wheels. Well, it's kind of a vaguely Beast of Burden, Burdenish kind of a vibe. Do you know the song?
No, boy.
Okay, I'm okay with the song. It's like I wrote, it has a vaguely Beast of Burden thing going on here, though the song isn't half as good. That said, I do kind of like it. It's not terribly memorable, but I enjoy it when it's on. I like the arrangement, and the production isn't as big 80s as you would expect. I'll take this over Mixed Emotions any day. Yeah.
I really
So
like
that's my-
Mixed Emotions. Also,
I
the way you
fucking hate
keep
Mixed
talking, I
Emotions.
feel like you almost maybe you don't like 80s production.
I'm
I'm probably mistaken.
I don't want to,
Probably mistaken.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not
And this
really
is
going to confirm
1990.
nor deny this, but
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
So, did you hear that on the radio?
No, this is another thing that I was going through the list of stuff that year and went, oh, a Rolling Stones single, I don't know. Let me listen to it.
Oh, I see. Okay, I don't remember that. Well, Steel Wheels sucked.
I don't remember it from the time, no.
I do like Mixed
I
Emotions.
don't
though.
remember from the time.
Okay. Yeah.
But number 7, What It Takes by Aerosmith, co-written by Schlockmeister, Desmond Child. But you know what, man? I have to say that is a really great song.
Yeah, it is.
That is a great song. I mean, there's something. It's weird that track for me. On one hand, it's really great and I really love it, but it's also kind of annoys me at the same time. There's something about it that's almost like a dollop of shit on a slice of cheesecake.
I don't remember this.
And I don't know what it is, because it really is a great...
Takes to let me go.
Is this also from
Tell
Steel
me
Wheels?
what it takes to... No, Aerosmith.
Oh, Aerosmith.
Pump.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pump. No.
Tell me what it takes to let you go.
Nah,
Okay, well,
I'm getting nothing.
great song.
I dug the
Off
hell
an
out of
album
this
that
song.
actually really is really great.
I like the Pump record a lot.
I never have gotten
Yeah.
into it really heavily, but I can objectively stand back and go, that really is a good record.
It's a hell of a
It's
strong
a
record.
strong, strong record.
There's only one song on that record that I actually hate, and that would be mentioned last week, actually, and that would be Janie's Got a Gun. I like
Oh.
the rest of that album.
I'm even okay with that.
See, I like that song.
I'm okay with it. That's a tolerable mention.
Yeah.
All right, so number 6, Thieves in the Temple by Prince.
Some Prince.
You know, this, I went back and listened to it. This is better than I remember. I didn't really like it then. And I still don't love it, but it's better than I remember. And I wrote, this was never a favorite Prince single, and it came from an abysmal Prince LP, the Graffiti Bridge soundtrack. But amongst the dregs that are all things 1990, it practically sounds like Purple Rain. So, yeah. So it gets a coveted spot on my 1990 list. All right, so number 5. I was going to say speaking of Desmond Child, but actually this is speaking of Michael Bolton. Forever by Kiss.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You know, I really should hate that song.
No, you shouldn't.
By all rights.
No, you shouldn't.
I feel obligated to hate it. Just because.
It's forever.
Yeah, you know, co-written by Michael Bolton. The song is pure cheese, and
I
it's
love it.
calculated and manufactured feeling.
Co-written
but
by Michael. I mean, what?
Michael Bolton.
Yes.
And who? Paul?
Paul Stanley. You know the song, right?
Do I?
I gotta tell you what I'm feeling inside. Forever. This time I know, and there's no doubt in my mind.
Oh, okay.
We played it in my Kiss set.
Yeah.
Until
That's
my
why.
life
That's
is
where I'm going back
true.
to. Okay.
Yeah. God,
I mean-
I love that song.
But I don't know. Just it like I said, it kind of has that manufactured, calculated feeling sort of vibe about it. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it. And on paper, it screams awfulness, but somehow it just works.
How did those worlds collide? Michael Bolton and Paul Stanley.
Because Paul Stanley wanted to collide with hits.
Zing.
You know,
Yes.
and that's
Okay.
why we have Desmond Child in there.
yeah.
And, yeah.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
But, you know, now I listen. But the thing is that it seemed kind of raw and earthy at the time, but now I listen to it and all I can hear is big 80s reverb and big 80s drums. But Paul Stanley's vocal performance on this record is amazing. And I do miss the days when Paul Stanley
Could sing. Yeah.
You know,
R.I.P.
I very
Paul
much
Stanley's
so.
voice.
I mean, so anyway, so number four, That Is Why by Jellyfish.
Oh, another Jellyfish mention.
Jellyfish. That is why. It's really kind of. Well, what did I write here? I remember when the Belly Button album came out. I was working at Looney Tunes, a used record store, and we had a promo of the original fold-out Digipack, which is worth $1 gazillion now. It's really wildly collectible. I didn't take it home, unfortunately, so I don't have it. But I remember having my hands on the damn thing and listening to this record. Jellyfish is one of those bands that people who love power pop and like the power pop dads love Jellyfish,
Okay.
that kind of a thing. But there's also, like I said to you before, there's like an 80s, or not 80s, but there's like a Queen pomp to it as well. But it's kind of it's melodic, you know, a lot of, you know, piano, dun, 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 dun. Like kind of
All
stuff.
right.
You know, it's you would like it, I think.
Cool.
See,
All
when
right.
I heard the name Jellyfish, I automatically assumed they were a bunch of hippies.
Well,
You know,
To me, it's got more of like a shitty 90s alternative
like
rock
bad
band
'90s
name.
hippie, some
No,
dirty
no,
hair
no.
and whatever.
it's a little bit more.
Polished.
It's cooler than that. Let's just put it that way, for lack of a better word.
Now I have homework. Great.
Number 3.
Get on it, Crystal.
My number 3 is a song that I wouldn't have thought would have been on my list, but when I went back to it, this is from an album where I only liked one song, but now I guess I like 2. Advice for the Young at Heart by Tears for Fears.
Oh,
A decent single from the weak-ass
terrible.
Seeds of Love album,
Yeah.
but, you know, it's a Kurt Smith vocal with a nice dreamy sort of atmosphere. I actually end up liking that song. I remember not liking it at all at the time when I had the record, but
Well, you, in a previous episode, you perfectly summed up a lot of people's reaction to that whole album.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that single comes out and we're like,
Y'all right.
whoa! And then you
Whoa!
listen to the record and you're like,
Boo.
What?
What happened? Yeah.
yeah. Tears for Fears. All right, pulling a bait and switch, Tears for Fears. All right, so number 2, The Blues Before and After by the Smithereens.
okay,
Do you guys even know the song?
Yeah.
just not really a fan.
No, it does.
Smithereens.
You're like, I don't even care if I know the song. I
No,
don't like
that's
the
not into the
Smithereens.
Smithereens.
Okay, well,
It's a good song. I'm not a huge Smithereens person either, but there's certain.
anyway, it's
songs
from the
I really
Smithereens 11 album,
That's
which
good.
came out in '89, but I guess it came out in late '89 because they have a '90 single. All right, so 1990, or my number 1 of 1990 is my favorite band of the '90s. I worshipped this band throughout the '90s. Red Cross.
Oh yeah. That's
Annie's
right.
Gone, from their Third Eye album.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like really catchy guitar-driven pop stuff. This is from Red Cross's only album to be released on Atlantic. It was their one big chance at the mainstream. We've entered the era where this was my favorite band, bar none. Okay. Yeah, now the thing about Red Cross and Jellyfish kind of coexisted at this moment where people kind of mixed them up. I remember somebody commenting about the Red Cross Third Eye album cover and going, oh, they're just trying to be Jellyfish.
Oh, them's fighting words.
Uh-oh.
That's like saying the Beatles are trying to be Oasis.
Yeah.
Okay, I get
Brutal.
you.
Yeah.
I get you.
But Jellyfish, I think, were more known, so people thought it was their shtick. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. That's the thing about the 90s. There's going to be a lot of shit like that, like Jellyfish and Red Cross, where it's going to be like, oh, okay. But a lot of you people will know.
Yeah.
So.
You hip and with it kids will know who Red Cross is. Was. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Commercial time.
MC Hammer, rap star and Pepsi drinker. Well, today, we secretly replaced his Pepsi with Coke. Let's see what happens.
Feelings, nothing more than feelings.
Hammer!
Problem.
If you're looking for a chip that really packs the gum, Ripplin's is the maximum chip, maximum crunch, maximum crisp. Ripplin's is the maximum chip.
Yeah, just leave it to the Keebler elves to put the maximum crisp into their rippled potato snack chip. That's what makes Keebler Ripplins the maximum chip.
Maximum crunch, maximum crisp. Ripplin's is the maximum chip.
Ripplins.
Yes, I'm ready.
Wasn't that a delight? Okay, well, speaking of delights, we have Tommy's
Oh,
list.
it's Tommy. Yay.
Okay. You know, as everyone knows, I've been dreading the arrival of the 90s.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should
As
be.
it should
But what's interesting, and we talked about this in other episodes before, is when you have the first year or two of a new decade, you have such a spillover from the previous decade. And that, of course, the same holds true with the 90s. I definitely have, big 1989 energy going on here.
That's unfortunate.
89 energy.
Big 89 energy. So, I have to tell you, I feel great about my list for 1990. I think my 1990 list is awesome, and I've even got a bunch of honorable mentions. They're not, what were you calling them?
Tolerable mentions.
They're not tolerable mentions. These are honorable mentions.
I would agree. His honorable mentions will not be tolerable.
Oh, you are just the worst. But I'm actually looking forward to this. So let's get down to my honorable mentions. I've got Faithful, Go West. The Deeper the Love by Whitesnake. Hide and Seek by Pajama Party. Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. Deadbeat Club, the B-52s. Impulsive, Wilson Phillips. She Ain't Worth It, Glenn Medeiros and Bobby Brown. Same Old Situation by Motley Crue. And I Saw Red by Warrant.
I saw red when you fucking listed those songs.
Oh my god.
That is my honorable mentions for 1990. 1990 was strong. So, I know, look at Crystal's gobs. They have been smacked.
Yes.
In the worst possible way.
Yes, yeah,
down with
in
some
ways that
clearly
you did not
Canadian.
intend.
I need some clearly Canadian to clean my palate.
So, all right, number 10. I can't wait to do this. Billy Joel with a Downeaster Alexa. Yeah, bring on the comments. I don't care.
That track's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay.
It's
After everything I put up with in the recent episodes from this fucking guy over here, you can't hurt me anymore. No one can.
You're now bulletproof.
I'm bulletproof. Now, my number 9 for 1990, and this was a surprise. We've got a tie.
Oh, and I don't have a tie.
Uh-oh.
Shocker.
We weren't expecting there to be any ties in the 90s episodes. We didn't even prepare it. But
you
here
know
we
what?
go.
I do have a tie.
He does have a tie.
Fantastic. I've got a two-way tie for number 9, and that is Escapade tied with Love Will Never Do Without You by Janet Jackson.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm friggin' screaming
So
about at the top of
good.
my lungs right there.
Oh, they're so good.
So good. I literally could not choose.
Yeah. No, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
Number 8, Phil Collins with Something Happened on the Way to Heaven. Yes.
Title alone gets 2 snaps.
What?
Oh, yes.
What record is that from?
The shit one.
That's the one from '89. Is that's not No Jacket Required, is it? Or Face Value, or I forget. It's the one with the picture of his face on the gun.
No decent songs required. I think this is
Okay, number 7, Michael Penn with No Myth.
Oh!
Right?
Love
Yes.
that song. I love
Tolerable mention.
That is a great song.
that song. I can listen to that song sometimes when I'm on the subway for a long period of time. I will just listen to it on repeat.
It's so
100
perfect.
times. I
not that
love
good.
it.
It's so
The
good.
lyrics are great. He's
the performance, the
even
production,
the video was
everything.
cool.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
Shout out to our friend Nate. He loved Michael Penn. I don't know if he's still into
Yay!
him, but I know he loved him at the time.
All right, number 6. Warrant with Sometimes She Cries. Ooh. Yes, I know, right? Sometimes she cries. She's alone at night.
I'm feeling.
think
I
you're
know
describing me
I know
right
how
now.
she
I'm
feels.
about to
Oh
cry.
my God, I love that song.
Man.
All right.
Warrant.
Moving on into number 5. We're in the top 5 of my 1990 list. The Digital Underground with the Humpty Dance.
Yes.
Yes, it's your chance to do the hump.
Yes. So good. Bam. Ooh, do me, baby. Oh, so good.
Oh my God.
Love it.
All right, but let's stop what we're doing because I'm about to ruin the entire vibe of this episode.
I think you already have.
With number 4, New Kids on the Block with Step by Step. I'm gonna fuck.
I knew it. Oh, yeah, you ruined the vibe.
You don't know nothing about me. What?
Actually, you
No,
do.
What?
They know plenty
They know
about
all
you.
about you.
What?
Everybody knows all about
Catch
you.
me
Tommy.
outside. What? Oh no!
Catch me outside. Oh shit! See, he was so excited his friend
there you go.
Canada prematurely
Watch out for your phone,
ejaculated.
Oh no! I spilled clearly Canadian all over my pants.
Oh man,
God will get you for that.
Arthur.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I put him on patrol. I said, when Tommy brings up fucking
New Kids on the
Backstreet Boys,
Block.
whatever the fuck it was you just
All
were talking
right,
about.
fine. But the question is, how can we be lovers if we can't be friends? By Michael Bolton. Yes, is my number 3. Not only did I spill Cleveland Canadian all over the floor of your studio, but I just dropped Michael Bolton for number 3. I am the gift that keeps on giving here at As It Should Be Studio.
Oh, you're giving something, all right.
We're going to be in a market for a replacement. Anybody want to
Anybody
fill out an application? There's going to be one. There's going to be a link down in the
in
description.
the comments?
There's no replacing Tommy Von Hoyt, and you know it.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You know what, guys, though? I'll tell you what. I Can't Live Without Your Love and Affection by Nelson is my number 2 song
Okay, you know
in
something.
my 1990 list.
Okay, you know what? I have a comment about that one.
What?
That song's terrible, but in the context of 1990, that would be tolerable.
Tolerable.
I
That's
fucking
tolerable.
love that song. I love that song so goddamn much.
How does it go?
I can't live without your love and affection.
I can't wait another night on my own.
Harmonies,
Yeah.
long blonde
Yep.
hair,
No,
fringe,
that's why
shoulder
I'm,
pads,
yeah, but that's the whole.
acoustic guitars.
It doesn't. You guys could be singing anything. It doesn't matter because to me, all I think of is the hair and the fringe and the whatever, and all the songs sound the same to me. I mean, they were cute little hot pieces of ass. Don't get me wrong, but
Well,
just because their father was Ricky Nelson doesn't mean that they were going to be any good.
Yeah, well, we've seen that over and over and over
Over and
again.
over again.
John Lennon.
Wilson Phillips.
you know, I really thought that I thought I was going to get a better reaction to my list so far.
What,
I did.
are you finished?
I thought, well, no,
I don't think so. I think he's got something to drop
Was
on
that
us here.
number-
I think
That
I
was number
just
2.
I was just expecting more. I guess you can just call me the king of wishful thinking by Go West. Is my number 1 song for 1990.
Yeah, he is dropping a number 2. You're right.
You know
love
what?
it.
You know what? That's
love it.
for
This
me.
is-
That's a tolerable.
This is why they watch, though. This is
So
why.
they can tolerate your list.
So you can tolerate your list. I'm the king of wishful thinking. Yeah, it's all right. I'll turn it down, but not off. It's okay.
Oh my god, I love that song. That's my number 1 song for 1990, hands down. King of Wishful Thinking, Go West. Incredible, incredible song.
No wonder you don't like the 90s much.
You know what?
I don't.
Consider myself healed already, so it doesn't matter
Oh, that's
what you
right.
say. It doesn't matter what you say.
Finally, this is the year of healing.
Words can't hurt me.
Wow.
Wait for it.
Hello, is this 1976 Psych? was in the dark until I called 1976 Psych. Now I know my past, present, and my future. You can too. Call 1976 Psych.
We have pecone sauce.
Oh, well, here's more, sweetheart.
Honey, this ain't paste pecone sauce.
Well, what is the difference, darling?
Well, paste is made with fresh vegetables and spices by folks in San Antonio who know what picante sauce is supposed to taste like.
This stuff's made in New York City.
New York City!
Well, y'all could get an annulment.
Pick up the original. Pick up the pace.
Oh, the 90s.
Yes.
All right, well, or shall we say, the 90s?
The 90s, yeah.
All right, well, I guess it's time to hate the 90s, and this is going to be the easiest part.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to have any trouble with this.
We're not going to have any trouble with this. In fact, Crystal.
This is what we've been looking forward to.
It's me.
You get to hate first.
I hate it. All right, so the number 9 song I hate the most is "Blame It on the Rain." Yeah, by Milli Vanilli. And just because I can sing it doesn't mean that I like it. I definitely hate it. It's a strong hook, which is why I can sing it, but it sucks.
I do like that song, and I know.
But now, did you hate it at the time?
I hated it at the time. Yeah, it's an earworm. You know, yeah. But I don't like it. My number 8 is "Downtown Train" by Rod Stewart.
That almost made my list out of desperation. Not my hate list, but my regular list out of desperation.
Out of desperation, yeah.
And then I went back and listened to it, and it was like way worse than I remembered it being.
It's awful. And I talk about it on my show, Original versus Cover with DJ Crystal Clear. It's terrible. My number 7 is "Black Velvet" by Alana Miles.
Ooh, yeah.
And that little boy's now.
I fucking hate that song.
Yeah.
You probably like it.
I don't like that song.
You don't? Wow.
I did not like that song when it came out.
Can't stand it.
No.
This, you guys, is the healing Tommy
this is the
spoke
healing
of.
we're talking about. Yeah.
I did promise healing.
And it's happening. My number 6 is "Ice Ice Baby" by Vanilla Ice.
No, boy.
Well, at very least, that should be like a, ironic mention or something.
Yeah. And it's, it could and should be number 1, but it isn't, because there is "Don't Know Much" by Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville is worse than that.
I don't remember that.
I don't know much, but I know I love you.
I mean, Linda Ronstadt in the 90s with Aaron Neville, I pretty much know what it's going to sound like. But
Terrible. It sounds terrible.
Actually, I like that song.
I hate it.
You would?
My number 4 is "I Wanna Be Rich" by Calloway.
That I don't remember.
That's all it is.
I like that song too.
Of course you do.
Yep.
My number 3 is "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You" by Michael Bolton. Ooh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Terrible. And the second worst is just Nelson. I don't care what song they're singing.
Anything Nelson.
Anything Nelson.
Oh, that's not fair.
Period.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's
In
totally
fact,
fair.
prepare for some of that for my lists.
And the number one of my poop list for 1990 is "Anything" by Wilson Phillips. Pick a song. It sucks.
I would have normally been with you, but I do like that one song, "Impulsive."
I don't even know that one. I only know the shitty hits that were played over and over and over.
The Hold On one.
Hold On.
Yeah, I didn't care for that when it came out at all. Didn't like that at all.
"Anything" by Wilson Phillips. No Boy. That's the end of my shit list.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Paul, have you a shit list?
You better fucking believe I do. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What made your shit list?
But before I get into my shit list, I have a little new category that I'm introducing for the 90s.
Another new category.
A new category for the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And that is Songs of the Heart.
Oh.
Songs of the Heart.
Songs of the Heart.
Going through these lists for all these Billboard charts, there are so many fucking songs that are something of the heart, my heart something, nothing broken but my heart. So I have Songs of the Heart, my Songs of the Heart list. Now in the 70s and the 80s we had art rock. In the 90s we had heart rock. And well, Take It to the Heart by Michael McDonald. Bad of the Heart by George Lamond.
Oh my God, yes.
More like Bad of the Song.
No.
The Heart of the Matter, Don Henley. Follow My Heartbeat by Amy Lorraine, which screams you. I Don't Have the Heart, James Ingram. Hearts in Trouble by Chicago.
Good Lord.
Holding My Heart by Bang. Where Does My Heart Beat Now by Celine Dion. Only My Heart Talkin' by Alice Cooper. Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. Heart of Stone by Cher. Heart of Stone by Taylor Dane. And With Every Beat of My Heart, Taylor Dane.
Fucking great
And that,
song.
people, is
Oh my
Songs
gosh.
of the Heart of 1990.
With every
Wow.
beat of my heart.
I knew there would be some Tommy Loves in there.
Goddamn right. There's some
Tommy
fucking...
loves, Tommy loves.
Tommy loves.
Well, my least favorite of favorites of 1990, if you can believe this, I only have 4 songs.
What?
And that is because, really, 99.9% of the charts, I hate. I would just either I have to list everything or just choose maybe 4 like really, really egregious ones. And I have Anything by Roxette. Anything.
Yeah.
If it says Roxette before the title, it belongs on the list. Ice Ice Baby. But my top 2, oh my God, these should be a tie. I fucking hate these songs so much, but they're so radically different that they... Okay.
Well, let's make it a tie.
No, it's not going to be a tie.
No?
It's not going to be a tie.
Not gonna do it.
All right.
CNC Music Factory was fucking gonna make you sweat. Everybody dance now. That is the bane of my existence.
Just so much right now. It would have been everything for me if all of a sudden somebody just materialized right in your ear and was like, "Everybody dance!" just out of nowhere. Just,
But you know what? That has
so
already
good.
happened. That already happened throughout
did
the
it.
entire fucking 90s. You know what I said about the fucking Chris Isaac song every time you open up the fridge?
Refrigerator.
Right after that was Everybody Dance Now. Yeah. But my worst, I don't know if it's worse than this, but I hate this one just as much, at least. From a Distance by Bette Midler.
Oh, yeah.
I like that song.
I
almost
knew
made-
you would.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
God, that song is
that
terrible.
almost
That's
made
like
my
that
poop list,
song.
too. Yeah.
That song is terrible.
Terrible.
Girl, you know it's true.
Oh.
All right, well, tell us what you hate from the 90s.
Oh, good
Or
Lord.
from 1990, I guess.
Lord. Okay. Well, I actually have dishonorable mentions.
Oh.
Wow, that's very honorable of you.
Well, the dishonorable mentions is tricky. You actually touched on something I was planning on bringing up too, and that especially as we get further and further into the 90s, it starts to become a situation where I just can't sit here and read the entire charts. Because that would all be on my hate list or my dishonorable mention list.
Yeah.
It's not reasonable. So what I had to do is, as each year goes on, I had to pick the most egregious songs that I just could not let by without me mentioning.
Right.
And so for 1990, that would be You Can't Touch This by McHammer.
The camera. Yeah.
I never liked it then. I don't like it now. And this one should surprise nobody. Unskinny Bop by Poison.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about
You know
that.
what?
Fuck
Yes.
that song.
Unskinny Bop,
That gets a
Bop,
Muppet head shake.
That's a Muppet and shake, yeah.
Oh, bad.
Untalented band.
Bam, bam, bam.
My actual worst of the year for 1990. This is a song that came out just a couple weeks before my 12th birthday. And everyone was going crazy. This was the hottest fucking thing. It sold millions and millions of copies and made this fucking asshole rich and famous to this day. And even then, I knew this was the corniest, wackest bullshit at 12 years old, and that would be Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla
Oh,
Ice.
yeah.
It was cheeseball as fuck even when I was 12.
It was embarrassing right out of the gate.
Seriously, and I'm like, how is it? Is it me? Something I don't get?
No. And all you motherfuckers who bought that shit and loved it, now you guys are talking shit about it, but...
Yeah.
You loved it then.
You can run, but you can't hide. You bought that shit.
I saw your number back then.
Yeah.
So...
Terrible. Well, it's the hook. That's why people latched onto it.
I know. I guess there's always a reason, but it's just bad. It's just really bad.
It's awful. Ugh, yeah, he's Van Winkle.
All right.
What's his name? Rip Van Winkle.
Robert Winkle.
Robert Winkle.
Yeah.
Blah. You know what he does now? He
Flips
he
houses.
homes.
Yeah. Apparently he's really good at it.
Yeah.
So, good
Got
for
a
him.
TV show out of it, so there
Whatever.
you go.
As they say in the 90s, whatever.
Whatever, man.
Back to Poison though, really quick before we sign off here. Speaking of Poison being really terrible, my friend Brent, shout out to Brent, he watches these videos sometimes.
Brent.
He went to go see David Lee Roth on the Skyscraper tour.
Okay.
Because Steve Vai was the guitar player.
Yes.
The opening band was Poison.
Ugh.
And he said it was so fucking embarrassing watching CeCe DeVille up there doing his guitar solo, because they have that moment in the stage or in the show where everybody leaves and it's just him up there wanking. He said, watching that guy do his thing, knowing that Steve Vai is just
right over there.
Yeah, I'm like, he was like, that guy had fucking balls. and I do give CeCe credit. That's very ballsy.
That is
to even
incredibly
begin to
ballsy.
stand on a stage and do that when Steve Vai is right there looking at you.
Even if Steve Vai is somewhere in the building to do that.
Within a 10-mile radius.
He's in the country.
It's pretty ballsy.
On the planet.
Yeah. So, I mean,
wow.
Hats off to CeCe for that. But that's it. No more hats off to CeCe. It's time to go because we need to get rid of this damn 1990 shit. And
got to plow through this decade.
Yeah, it's overstated. Welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for going on the ride, and hopefully you guys can find it in your hearts to come through the 90s with us. You know.
Don't give up now.
Don't give up. All right. That's an 80s reference.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It's still good.
All right. So everybody, if you haven't subscribed, what should they do?
Hit the subscribe button.
Smash that like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yes, that's right. And, you know, maybe the little bell.
And tell your friends.
Yes, and so on, and so on, and so on. And we will be seeing you next week because it's going to be, well, unfortunately, 1991.
1991.
It's all the same.
It's the same.
1991, 92, it's going to be one of those.
Yeah.
See you then.
Bye.
All right, doing an audio check tonight.
Tonight. How many of you people out there like the 90s?
Yeah, the
Not
90s.
me. I don't. But good for you. I support that decision.
All right.
You need to live your best life.
In the 90s, we finally find the healing that Tommy has been speaking of.
Maybe, maybe not.
The audio going? Okay.
All right.
Very good then.
All right.
Oh, the 90s. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Well, all right.